Hey, it's Melissa from Kiwi Banana, and today I wanted to talk about my 5 year sobriety with abstaining from alcohol. While I'm recording this video, it's been over 5 years since I've been drinking alcohol, and I guess in this video I wanted to talk about, why I stopped drinking, why I still don't drink, and how obviously I maintain that, considering the kind of society that that I live in, and that you potentially live in as well, depending on where you are in the world. So I guess why? Why did I stop consuming alcohol to start off with? Well, first, obviously, it was to do with physical and emotional health and safety reasons. I didn't have a good relationship with it. I definitely abused it, and I have obviously intergenerational family issues with alcoholism, and I don't think I'm the only person when I say that. So I know it's very prevalent within many cultures and many families all around the world. So I definitely don't feel like the odd one out when I say that. Why I still don't consume alcohol? Well, now it's more to do with connection of myself and others. When I look around, I'm like, what kind of world do I want to see? What kind of tribe? Tribe in the sense of what kind of community do I want to be living in? And it's kind of the way I see it is a little bit like, do I want to live in a really connected community, or do I want to live in a community that's like disconnected and running away from its issues? And I know which one I would rather prefer. You may have a different view on it, and that's absolutely fine. Now, there's also no mistake the sort of language that we use around alcohol and what we call it. Like, I know in different religions and different cultures and different languages, some of the words that is used to label alcohol it's rather it's quite bizarre actually. But maybe even do a little bit of research of that yourself, and even just thinking of like the English word of spirits. Like, spirits are not called spirits for no reason. And we obviously consume alcohol now with different intentions than maybe we would have done in a very, very long time ago, depending on the culture. And when you're consuming substances like alcohol, or almost any kind of substance that's really going to alter your mindset, I guess you could say like you're almost opening yourself up to all kinds of energies or entities or whatever you might like to call it. You become very susceptible to those things, and obviously they can attach themselves onto you. So that is obviously not necessarily scientific, and that's okay if you have a completely different view of that. But I think you could probably look at that there is probably some science around, the consumption of alcohol and connection and disconnection with yourself and with those around you. So, yeah. Moving on to the how. How do I remain sober in this modern day society that we live in? So, to be honest, obviously when I first decided I was going to stop consuming alcohol, that was probably went on and off for a number of years. But when I really did make I guess you could say the commitment, or that as it stands now, I did have to kind of distance myself from, I guess, a lot of people that I was socializing with, and I had to be on my own space for a while. And that was more just to remove myself from the temptation, because I was having some addictive tendencies to it. So removing from that space, I definitely removed a lot of the temptation. And I'm all good with being on my own. I have no problems with that. So I didn't find it hard at all. And also that obviously allowed me to process whatever those things were that were going on in my life, that I felt that I needed to consume alcohol to the excess in the first place. Because a lot of addictions, it's not necessarily that the substance is bad, it's more in the fact that there's always an underlying issue as to why someone is addicted to a substance, or maybe it could be a particular behaviour. It always goes back to some kind of experience or series of experiences that have happened earlier in their life. So yeah, I don't want to go too much into this video about that. Obviously when you're clearing space you know, you've got just you on your own, I guess, a lot, and you're not have a lot of other kind of social distractions. I don't like to call them distractions, but you know, I guess that's probably the best term to use here. That then you're obviously clearing a lot of space for new tribe, you know, new community to come in, and that may be on a similar wavelength in the sense that they understand better, or maybe they're already living that kind of way themselves, and they don't feel like they need to consume alcohol to have a lot of social fun. And you know, that doesn't mean that you need to cut off the connections of your friends that you already have if you want to move in that direction of, you know, consuming less alcohol or giving it up altogether. But I guess it does also mean that it would be hard to keep connections that are based solely only around the consumption of alcohol. So, you know, that may mean that you may lose a few friends if the relationship is on the basis of basically socializing around alcohol. But if that's not your only sort of basis of the connection of the relationship that you have with your friends, then yeah, you can probably still maintain that relationship, as long as they are obviously understanding as to where you're heading and why you're doing it. And who knows, maybe you may encourage them to do something similar or come on a very similar path to you. Obviously don't need to be forceful in that regards, but sometimes just, you know, being who you are and showing people through your actions, that can really plant some really good seeds in other people's lives. So yeah, I find it obviously easy now to maintain a life sober from alcohol, because I find it really easy to tap into, I guess, a space where I could have a lot of fun and socialise without the need for it. And to be honest, I don't tend to socialise with people that consume a lot of alcohol, or don't tend to go to events where people consume a lot of alcohol. You know, like I did a video recently where I talked about how I go to festivals, and obviously alcohol is consumed there, but it's also not the only thing that's consumed, and there's also other people that go that don't consume anything, just like me as well. So yeah, it's a mindset. It's also obviously dealing with any sort of inner shit that you've got going on, that you need to obviously face and accept, forgive, release, whatever you like to, you know, whatever your process is, that's causing you to feel like you need to consume alcohol to socialize, or that you need to consume alcohol because you can't find any other way to wind down from the day or the week or whatever it is. So yeah, it's interesting. I have hope that we'll be moving in a society that moves away from consuming alcohol. But, you know, who knows? I'll continue living as I do. And I definitely see a lot of people around me who are very interested in moving in that direction as well. So anything's possible. And yeah, I hope this video was of some help to someone. I'm sure it will be resonating with a few of you anyway. And I'll see you in the next video. Leave any comments or questions if you want in the comment section down below, or you can write me an email if you don't want to communicate publicly. And I hope you manifested some happiness today.